Mac, low gear. We should be doing this little thing you got from Pisa Airport. Dropped someone off. She's returning back to Portugal, and there you are. I'm here at the Pisa Airport. Electric cars. If you have intentions of buying an electric car, you got to know you have a recharging point at your home, your driveway, to charge it. Because you haven't got those facilities, forget about it. And the use of these vehicles, you say, if it's an urban trip around town, or it's a brief up and down go to work, and your job is nearby where you live, it can be a convenient vehicle. Obviously there's government incentives on these vehicles, depending on what country you live in and what county you're in, really. And obviously this anxiety of charging it, because manufacturer may declare it has 600 kilometers, should say, just like that, Tesla. And depending what you do with a vehicle, if you've got many electronic devices switched on, it even reduces a lot less its charging capacity in that moment. And obviously influences the so-called weather when it's cold. And batteries in cold weather, they tend to lose 40% of their charge. And electric cars do suffer from this issue as well. Unless you haven't got a system which, like a Tesla, they have so-called preheated systems. Or you keep a car in the garage at a certain temperature, it's okay. But if you keep it outside, obviously in cold weather they tend to do this thing. Lithium batteries, there are two types. Obviously the most expensive vehicle uses the most efficient and most high capacity battery, this is for sure. But if you use that lithium type of battery, which are common and they are standard as availability, obviously it won't keep its charge. Obviously you've got to deal with the issues of post sales maintenance and garages which caters for these vehicles, because these vehicles are very expensive when something breaks. Fair enough, they have lesser parts regarding a petrol and diesel car, but they are very complicated devices. And obviously it tends to go in haywire, these vehicles. And the safety issue regarding the cars itself, auto combustion, the batteries, if they've been a victim of a flood, that's very dangerous. It tends to explode because the battery expands and bam. And even when you charge these vehicles, whether it's your home charging or a power point, you must follow the suggestions and advise what these people say, the manufacturers. Most of these vehicles do not come with their recharging cables, and people tend to buy off aftermarket jobs. That is not advisable, because we're talking about high tension voltage on these vehicles, and obviously the cost of the purchase of these vehicles and the depletion when you resell it. And there's always a fact, within 5 years you're going to have to change your battery. Whatever model make a car is, you're going to spend a fortune just repairing or replacing that battery. A Tesla can even ask you to between 20 or 30,000 € replacing battery, and put on the account labour and other VAT stuff. So it's always best to, before purchasing a vehicle like this, you got to do your homework pretty well. It could be useful for someone, like I said, if you have a thing at work, at home you can charge it, fair enough. A driveway, okay. If you have to leave it in the middle of the road, no, it's useless. And plus the costs of charging at home and at a public charger, there's a difference. Until home charging is economical, and obviously if you have it attached to a smart meter at home, that tends to push up the bill a little bit, your electricity bill regarding the charging, because it goes by kilowatt hours charging, and you be charged on that. At home, probably you pay, God knows, 9 to 10 cents, depends. Or public charge, there's no prices which are standard. You can pay 90 cents a kilowatt hour when it's attached. It depending on the power of your vehicle, how many kilowatts it has. So it's all just a discussion of pros and cons regarding electric vehicles. If you can maximise its use, why not? If you're catered with those facilities, okay.